She's here. Victoria Monet, welcome.
Hello. How
So
you
good to
doing?
see you. You look
Great to
amazing,
see
girl.
You too. Thank you so
and the
much.
teeth, girl. I didn't know your teeth was popping like that.
Thank you so much.
You better smile. So we are here to talk about your new single, Let Me, which I love.
Thank you.
And it seems like a different mindset, almost like a reset.
Yeah, I'm glad you feel that.
Yeah, what's the vibe with this new song?
I really just wanted to talk to people with masculine energy about vulnerability and the fact that sometimes we feel like in our masculine we're not able to be vulnerable because it means we're weak or it means someone won't stay or to expose flaws may be a red flag. So really it's just an ode to anybody to sing to their partner to let them know that no matter what those things are, I can ride with you through those and we can work on it together. You don't have to come to me in a perfect form. We're wanting to create an environment to really thrive with each other and sharpen each other and correct certain things together as a duo. So that's all I was really saying is just trying to get back to the cater to you era where people are feeling okay to be submissive and okay to be of service and then in return okay to receive vulnerability from a partner.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Because I tend to have a little bit of alpha. Well, I can't use the word alpha. Every time I use it, they're like, it's for men. But
no, that's not true.
Right.
Yeah, you could be an alpha woman.
That's
literally.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, because
she feels that way too. Thank you.
Do you feel like you're a go-getter? You feel like you're Mrs. Make It Happen and like
Absolutely. See, I'm a Sagittarius, and so we are like grind.
Yeah.
Go get it.
Yeah.
And I like things the way I like it, right? I'm willing to submit to certain situations if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's in anything. Like if we're working together, partnerships, relationships, you can lead me, baby. Don't lead me to
astray.
You feel me?
yeah. For
okay.
Sure.
So what do you consider yourself? Like masculine, feminine? There's so many new terms.
I definitely have both. I think just even as an example, last album I named Jaguar, and that felt very masculine of me because of that go-getter mentality. When you think of masculine energy, it's like I'm hunting, I'm making it happen, I'm forcefully entering into this room and no matter what anybody says. And when I think of feminine energy, it's more observing and softness and waiting patiently and like kind of the opposite, but still drive there. I wouldn't say that you're just sitting on your hands, but for me masculine and feminine energy exists depending on either who I'm around and what their energy is, and I kind of match and fill in, or what I'm doing. Like if I'm in business or in a certain meeting or negotiating a contract, it's probably giving more masculine energy. Now if I'm at home or if I'm sick or like any of that, I feel like more feminine, and I think the duality is okay. But I also feel like when you say you have masculine energy just because of your work ethic and your sign, I think of the song For You, like maybe someone would sing Let Me to You. It's like, let me take this off your plate. Let me help you do this. And it doesn't have to be male, female.
Right.
Like a female is only singing this to a male. It's really about energy and what you're needing at the time and what would feel good for you to hear from a partner,
I love that. And yes, I think all of us want that where someone says, let me take this off your plate. I got it. You're stressed
so nice,
today.
Right?
I see your capacity is only at 40%. I got the other 60. I'm
Yeah.
like, come talk to me nice.
For sure.
Talk to me nice. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. So what do you feel like if you had to mentally unlearn before you could create this record?
I think I had to unlearn that asking for help is a bad thing. When you're doing everything yourself, you feel like at the end of it, the validation comes completely to you based on the success of whatever you've done. But it's so nice to share that with somebody. It's like, no, we did this. We handled this together. Without your support, I wouldn't have been able to do this. So living more in that era of my mind and just like accepting help and understanding that when people help or gift you, it actually is a gift to them because it feels good for them to do.
Right.
The same way it feels good for us to help or give to somebody else, you want to allow people that feeling as well. So when you're saying, oh, no, thank you, or like, oh, no, I don't need it, you're actually cutting off someone's ability to feel something. And what I'm now doing is like just accepting and be like, thank you, that was so nice of you, I really appreciate it, I love that you thought of me. More of that energy.
Right.
So it's more accepting of
For sure.
everything.
I love that. I feel like I definitely need to work on that part a little bit more, because it was always like, okay, so you're going to bring this back up later and use it against me.
Okay.
You
so
know?
you're protecting yourself.
Right.
I see.
But there are some genuine people that's still out there who authentically want to help. And
Yeah.
that is a good reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to know that in this world where people are so transactional. It's like, well, if I do this for you, I'm definitely keeping count, even if they don't say it then. You feel it like an energy that you feel they are expecting you to feel indebted to them based on what they did
Right.
for you. And also the other part of that is like, that's not really your weight to carry. Like their intention of giving you something is really, that's beyond your concern.
Right.
Just worry about more so how it feels to you, and how the art of allowing is helping them feel something too. Beyond that, we kind of have to let it go.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. And I think there's a lot of single parent mothers,
Yeah.
especially myself, when you are in a situation where there is nobody to lean on, you kind of just have to step into that role.
Yeah.
And I think after some time, you just kind of get used to it.
Yeah.
Innately, it's just like,
Just
I got to
what you
provide.
do.
And
Right.
if I stop, everything else stops. And
Crumbles,
so, yeah,
That's a lot of weight to hold.
it is.
And I think that's another thing that feels masculine, because when you think of the traditional old school dynamic, that usually probably would have been the male's job, right?
Right.
And so we're starting to feel some of those same characteristics that a male would feel. Like, if I don't do this, the castle crumbles. And being told that, you know what, you have a soft place to land, even if it comes from a male, is so nice, because you're like, I actually do need to hear that. And in reverse, the people like males or masculine energies who are also doing and handling things just like you need to hear a song like Let Me. It's like, let me just help you. Let me take this off you. Let's be partners for real. Like,
For sure.
wherever your weaknesses are, I want to fill in just like water and
Yes.
help you.
And I'm glad you said that, because there are a lot of men who don't know that there's a safe space for them to be vulnerable like that too. And they do get, that title of, I have to be the provider.
Yeah.
And they have their own weaknesses as well. And that's okay.
Yeah. It's really interesting. It's like starts from a young age too. Like, I think young boys, when they start to cry, either from a dad or a mom, the message is like, man up, like,
Right.
stop all that crying. That feeling carries itself into adult relationships and becomes this trauma that instinctively they are shutting off tears. And I was just listening to this post the other day about the chemical properties of tears that are emotional, and they literally are meant to come out of your eyes and calm your nervous system. So if you don't cry, you're missing a lot of the healing process that would take place from emotional tears. There's a chemical in them built to release some type of oxytocin and release some type of like get rid of some cortisol levels. Like, God designed it so that when you're
Right.
emotionally dysregulated, you cry. And men are out here just
Holding it
it
in.
in.
And then wondering why they're blowing up later when the top blows off of the kettle,
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that. I love that.
That's
So you love to
interesting.
just get deep into it, just learning new
Yeah,
things.
I actually am obsessed with learning.
Same.
Like, I feel like I would be more attracted to somebody if they're teaching me versus.
Same. And I think
know?
that is probably one of the characteristics of someone who has masculine energy or alpha female, right? Because you have to be able to teach me. I
Yeah.
think we're all sapiosexuals in some form or
For
another,
sure.
because there's a lot we know. So you got to come in and tell me something I don't know, baby.
Show me
let's
the world, the other part of it. I want to be on the carpet like Aladdin. Like, just show me the rest of it, because I already got the castle, babe. Take me out into the world and on the carpet. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, yeah, it's interesting, because I think a lot of friendships and like platonic relationships and romantic relationships, I'd want to be learning.
Yeah.
Always constantly challenged and like growing my brain and never just settle. But I also want to be able to teach. Like, let me go out into the world and explore all these things and then come back and show you and tell you
Exactly.
about it so we could do it together.
Yeah.
Even something as simple as a new restaurant. It's like, yo, I went to New York and I had Italy. Have you ever had that place? Let's go there
Right.
next time. It's just like little information that you can provide to make yourself valuable, like
Yeah.
to someone else's life, and you know, expand their consciousness.
For sure. Kindred spirits here. I feel the energy.
I think so
Because
too.
like I used to read books, right?
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't read all of it. So I'd read like a chapter. And as
Yeah.
soon as I downloaded the information, I was ready to share it with people.
Yeah, isn't that so fun?
But sometimes it is, but I think I'd be jumping the bullet too much because I'd be thinking I know the whole book after reading one chapter.
Like, I didn't get that
Right, I
far.
didn't get there yet, but
Let me get back to you on that.
Right, that part. So what I noticed is that with this younger generation, especially you with being a mom, my daughter, my niece that I have custody of, she is 10 years old. And the way they're able to articulate their feelings and emotions now, I feel like they're not going to go through a lot of the struggles that we did because I don't know about Hazel, but my daughter, she will emote. She'll let me know, like, I'm just feeling away right now and I'm upset, so I'm going to start crying and I just need a minute. And
That's amazing.
I'm like, it's okay. Yeah, you can express that. Cry. Yeah.
Well, that's beautiful that she has you because sometimes when people are in an authoritative position, they feel like those types of comments don't work for them. So, I mean, if in a small example, it's like if a parent shows up to a family party with their kid and the kid, you know, one of the family members wants a hug and the kid's like, I don't really want a hug. And the parent's like, no, you're going to hug them. But really the answer should be, okay, I understand you want your personal space. You don't have to do anything with your body that you don't want to do. It's like a new way of thinking that we probably didn't have out of, you know, certain respect level. Not to say that they're allowed to be rude, but as far as boundaries, like setting boundaries, even at a young age, like 4 and 5, sometimes you just want to know that you have so much control over that person because they're so little that they can't have a say, that you take advantage of those things. So it's good that you're like, okay, walking her through the process and like accepting it, and it's not like some kind of imaginary rule that she can't really speak. That's why she's comfortable enough to tell you each step of the emotions.
But that in itself took healing for me as well, because I was that type of person. Because the world is so harsh, I want her to not think that the world is going to be so kind. For sure. So I'm trying to find that balance. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, you could cry, but don't hold on it too long. You know what I'm saying? Where we're carrying it into the next day.
For sure.
Feel it and then let it go. Kind of thing. So. But you're an amazing mother. I love when you post. It's just beautiful.
Thank you.
But I want to segue into boundaries because you talked about that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's such an important topic for everybody because I don't think people set enough boundaries.
That's true.
I don't think people set enough boundaries. And I think people, when they realize a boundary is being crossed, find all these excuses to not enforce it. So what boundaries do you set for people in your life?
I think for me, boundaries had been hard as well because I feel like I'm kind of a people pleaser and I want everyone to feel comfortable almost to my detriment. Like I'd rather be the one missing out or lacking something than to see a friend or someone else have it. So now I think my boundary looks more like scheduling, making sure that I have a certain amount of time with my daughter, which we know that I could work all 24 hours of the day, but just having that boundary and the respect for myself and for my family and for my daughter to know that this is where it stops, kind of setting days that I don't work for the most part, even though sometimes it's kind of a wobbly boundary line.
Right.
But yeah, I think my schedule has been like kind of the point at which I draw a line more so nowadays than ever before, just trying to make sure I can do it all and do it all at 100%, especially motherhood.
Right. But and then also understanding that not every day you'll have 100%. And to
Right.
give yourself grace on those days.
Right. Facts.
I love it. This conversation kind of went into another direction, but I'm just
okay.
flowing with it. I
Me
love it.
too.
But I'm going to bring it back in because I do
Okay.
want to talk about, speaking of your schedule, which is about to get super crazy because you're going on this massive tour.
Yeah.
Bruno Mars, stadiums,
Insane.
out of the country, girl.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I
Thank
mean,
you.
is your mindset for that? Because that's a lot.
You know what? Yes. It's so interesting because last summer I was just in my mind while I was making my album talking about how I want to do stadiums. I was like, I want to get to stadiums and make these big hooks to take me to stadiums. But I did not know that it would be in a couple months getting that call
Wow.
to do them. So I feel like it's things that I've been preparing for my entire life, but also now that it's on the table for me and on the schedule for me, just another step of seriousness and commitment. I honestly feel like as far as time management, the tour feels a little bit less busy to me than my like life off tour, because I'll be in a place where tour is pretty much all that I'm doing, and so the days seem a little bit more open. I'm excited to be traveling and reading during the day before glam starts, before meet and greets, and before the show. Just having a routine that looks a little bit different on the road. And I'll bring Hazel with me too, so
That's
it'll be like
beautiful.
a family trip. I hope it'll probably be a core memory for her, just even seeing me on a stage and then people screaming. Like I can imagine that being like one of her early memories, childhood. Like, oh yeah, I recall that, and so I'm excited to create that for her too.
That's gonna be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you reading right now?
Well, I'm supposed to be reading.
Supposed to.
I'm
It's
supposed
all right. We're
to
gonna
be
get there.
reading. There's about 5 or 6 books on my countertop that I'm supposed to be reading. A lot of them are about frequencies. One is about the Celestine. What is it called?
I feel like I have that book.
Yeah. It's a Celestine, I think I want to say prophecy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Celestine prophecy. Another one is the 4
Agreement?
4 agreements.
Okay.
That's sitting there. And I'm missing one. Oh, I think I just ordered the Ethiopian Bible.
Wow.
I saw it on TikTok, and it was saying how like some of the commandments are missing out of our version. So I'm just like getting really curious about all the things and the secrets and the ways of life and the mental, spiritual aspects of all of it. So
Yeah.
all of them seem like forms of self-healing books. I'm not really into like fantasy books.
Same.
Like it feels like I just watch a movie,
Exactly.
know?
That part. Yeah. Most of my library is self-help books and
Yeah.
things like that.
Right.
How to grow, evolve a little bit better.
Yes.
I love to hear this side of you.
Thank
So
you.
dope. So dope.
you.
But you're so multifaceted. So you have the
Thank
tour, you have your music, you're cooking.
Yes.
So what made you say, all right, I'm about to show everybody my skills?
You know what? Last year was kind of difficult for me, and I've always wanted to go to culinary school. It connects me to my grandmother who passed away in 2009, the year I moved to LA. She was always cooking and making the house feel festive, like every holiday, and she was just such a light, but I was too young to ask her the questions I would have asked her today. So going to school was kind of an ode to her, but also something that felt like it called me as well. Just being someone who wants to be of service and like help someone have an experience.
Mm-hmm.
So the plating, the service of it, like I want to have that type of household or like be that type of host that is just the best.
That
You know,
part.
I want the best, and so it also was giving me something that didn't pay me. So it made me, going from a girl that moved to LA 15 years later winning a Grammy that feels like a top of a really long mountain that I was climbing. Culinary school feels like I'm starting back at the bottom of a different mountain and learning all over again in a field that doesn't equate my my value to success. It's just more about starting over, acquiring skills, using your taste buds, cooking from the heart, learning about how food affects the gut and how the gut affects the brain, what fibers and proteins to be using, what are the varieties of lettuce. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's just different things to think about. That really gave my brain a nice massage. Even that I think helped my voice and helped my music.
For sure.
So it all just came together that way. And I'm actually going to graduate on May 4th, so I'm pretty much
early
done.
congrats.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
dope.
you.
So
Yeah,
what
I'm
do you want to
excited.
do with that? Like, are you going to open up a business at some point, or?
I feel like that's calling me. I started a business called Sweet Monét, which is a cookie business. I haven't launched it yet because we've applied for things in California, but what I will want to do is take this cookie business on the road with me. So it's like a
Nice.
ice cream truck, except with cookies, and the ice cream truck plays my music outside
That's
of it.
fire.
Maybe I sell merch there too, but the fans get to have cookies, which I love. I think they deserve a treat for coming to the shows. And then I do this series called Saucy Sundays, where I'm just teaching sauce recipes. We were talking about Italy earlier, just imagining one type of noodle and all the different varieties of sauces that can change the flavor profile of just that one dish. So it's a really cool thing to learn, to make your kitchen kind of interchangeable.
Yeah.
Like, you know, get new ideas about what to bring to the table and make for your family, your friends, your lover.
I love it. You're so intelligent, so multifaceted. I'm
Thank
just
you.
in awe listening to you, because I'm
Thank
like, these
you.
are all amazing things.
Thank
Especially when you're talking
you.
about food and the
love
gut
food.
being the
My
second
gosh.
brain, which a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
And that is behind a lot of the illnesses that
Right.
people go through if you just change your diet, which is harder, easier said than done.
For sure.
But just getting that information, that knowledge, girl, you remind me of myself. I
No,
love
we're like,
it.
are we besties?
For
Yeah,
real.
I can see that.
It's
for
given
sure.
that. But I know with me, right? I used to have this thing where, because I set so many goals, I wasn't stopping to smell the roses. Do you make sure that you do that? Because it's like, you set a goal, you achieve it, like, boom. All right, cool. I
Next.
got that done. Let's move on to the next
Right.
thing. And then you just keep going. And I'm like, you know what? I need to just celebrate my wins, even the small ones along the way.
My team definitely helps with that. They're like, hold on. I have a really incredible assistant, and she's always saying that. She's like, can we just pause right here and say what you just did? And I'm like, okay. Like, she gives that, because I'm definitely that. Like, once it's done, I'm like, okay, the next day is happening. The clock didn't stop. The sun is still about to set, and the moon is coming, and the sun will rise again, and we're on to the next thing. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like, to, like, really, like, ruminate in a feeling is easier said than done, because of how we are and our go-getter mentality. But it is important to do. Even just documenting things is really helpful, because being able to look back and watch certain things puts it in a different perspective for me too. Just seeing it from outside of my body,
Yeah.
like on film, is like, oh, very cool. So
Right.
yeah,
I did
it's really
that.
cool.
I got Grammys. I'm a
I did
Grammy winner. I'm a Grammy winner. and a lot of people, I know you could be meticulous about your music and
Yeah.
how you want it done, which is okay.
Thank you.
It all makes sense, and we want it the way we want it. So the producing, and you do it all.
Yeah, so when people think of a producer, oftentimes they think of a musician,
Right.
or someone who's playing the instruments. But producer is actually just technically the person who puts the record together. So if you brought a few people together to put the record together, and you have ideas on how it should sound and all that, you're producing also. So in that way, yes, I do produce. I also vocal produce. So if I'm writing with an artist and I give them the song, then I'll go in and like vocal produce and say, oh, can you sing this line like this? And like, I'll cut the vocals in Pro Tools up to make the perfect line, and like take this breath from over here, just kind of composing it like a puzzle. And I also work with Pro Tools myself.
Right.
So
Which is not really an easy program.
it's not.
I've tried,
It's
and
not
then-
too easy, but
yeah.
it's not too hard. And I'm not saying I'm the best and know all of the shortcut keys and all of that stuff, but I definitely have a really great sense of the program, and that way I'm able to ask for things with the knowledge of how it's done, which I think is helpful when just talking an engineer's language. Like, you know, maybe if you didn't know what the word flying this means like you might be like, can you move that over there? Like, it's like you just want to speak their language, at least, or be able to sit down and do it yourself if there's something they're not understanding, and being able to ask for a certain effect or know what your mic patch is. You know, if the auto tune's in the wrong key, you know you have to make certain notes available in order to get, like, just being able to communicate in your career path, I think is just really helpful, especially because an engineer is someone who will have so much of control over your entire sound, you know.
Absolutely. So. I love that. I love that. I think you should learn as much as you can, because if you're going to do something, you might as well know everything you can about it. That's what makes the greats. Michael was great because he was in it day in, day out. He was in the studio tweaking everything. I wanted to sound like this, turn this down, turn this up. You know, Serena, Venus Williams practicing day in, day out. There's nothing you can tell them about tennis that they don't already know. So I can tell you have that same energy, and I love that. Yeah, so the sky is the limit for you. You
just brought out some great names. My God. Serena and Venus and Michael. Woo! Thank you.
Yes,
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So who haven't you worked in the studio with yet? Because you work with almost everybody that you would like to.
You know what? I'm going to say this person, and it's probably not even a chance, because it's like this person in particular, she's just such a unicorn that, like, I don't think she works with anybody but her team, but Sade.
I knew you was going to say that.
You knew?
Man, that would be... Congratulations on her Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee.
Right. Yeah. It's amazing. I thought she was going to do Coachella. I heard rumors, maybe just people were wanting that. But she did Coachella. I'd be there so fast. But yeah, so Sade feels like, I don't know.
That's so interesting.
So distant.
She is, and definitely unavailable. I can't think of any collaborations that she's done in that light.
Only Jay-Z. I think that's her only collaboration in her entire career.
That's crazy.
It's like that.
Sade.
I
mean, can we figure this out? You know, that would be beautiful. Victoria Monet over here. She's amazing. Your voices would blend so well.
I love her. I mean, I don't even think it would be, I would ask to sing with her. I would just want to write with her. You know, like, or ask her to write with me for my project. Like, I don't know. She's just so beautiful and poetic, and her voice is insane. I don't think that, like, if I'm being unbiased, like, it would be a blend really for us. Her voice is so rich, but I definitely would want to contribute musically and just, like, create.
Yeah.
You know?
Just be in the studio.
Honestly, just let me be a pillow on the couch that you're recording in, you know?
I love that. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. What do you want to say to your fans? And is there anything you want to address that you feel comfortable saying? Because, you know, I don't know if are you on social media, or you just post and go?
No, I'm like pretty nosy. So I'll like look at stuff and read stuff. Maybe it's not the best idea, because sometimes my little feelings get hurt. But
why? You know, people are just trolling to get likes and comments.
No, for sure. But it's just like, when things are typed out, it feels so official and real. Even if it's a ridiculous sentence, the fact that you typed it, now it's out in the ether and just floating around, and the energy got to me, you know. So that's why it's probably best I put my phone away once I post. But I definitely, it's almost like a restaurant reading their Yelp reviews. I'm like, I don't think I was rude that day. I got 2 stars. You know, it's like that feeling, because it is my business to be an artist. So I'm just kind of reading my Yelp reviews.
Interesting.
And but no, I think my fans have been super lovely. They've been really supportive, and mostly saying really, really nice things. Yeah. So I'm pretty lucky. I don't have a fandom that is like, literally, I could promise you, when they're in line for concerts, they're like, oh, did you want me to save your spot in line? Oh, like, did you need some water? I have extra water. They're very, very kind and considerate of each other. And like, my camera guys, I've been out there and hearing the conversations. It's very polite. So I'm very proud to have that type of fan base, you know, people coming together and really being nice to each other.
Yeah.
What a concept.
I bet that is
You know?
making some people happy right now.
Yeah.
She pays attention to those things.
Yeah.
Keep it up. That's beautiful.
sure.
And lastly, with your project, what else can we expect from Victoria Monet out after maybe the tour, right?
I do plan on going on my own headlining tour.
Okay.
I don't know when, but that is in the plans for this next album. And what I will say is this album is the longest album I've ever made.
Wow.
So that'll be fun. Like, I've been gone for a bit as far as albums are concerned. And
how long did it take?
I'd say the bulk of the album happened between, like, while in culinary school. So, like, June through now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, June through now. So almost a year. Yeah.
And do you feel like this is where you are right now or where you hope to be, the vibe of the album?
It's actually both. It's both. It's like a reflection of where I am and all the work that I've done this year to shed and grow spiritually, but also where I feel like the world can be. I'm addressing a lot of different topics on the album that feel really great, feel really positive, but also honest and authentic, and sonically very, very beautiful. So
I love
I'm
it. Beautiful heart, beautiful soul.
Thank
Victoria
you.
Monet, Grammy Award winning Victoria Monet. Go check out Jaguar 2. And we're going to be there front row and center for the romantic tour.
Yes.
Bruno Mars is going to be lit. Let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank y'all for watching. It's WBLS.